Hello and welcome to Tips from a Roller. I am Patrick. I am the Senior Digital Marketing Manager at AdRoll. Today I want to introduce some basics of the URL to help you understand what UTM parameters actually are and like where they go. We're going to take a quick look at the structure of a URL, the URL query, where it fits in the structure and what it actually is, and then the named attributes that make up a URL query. To brush up real quick here, this is the beginning of a URL. So there's a domain with a subdomain, the www, the domain name, AdRoll, and then the .com, the top level domain that can be changed for like country or to edu for education or gov for government. And the subdomain can be other strings as well, like app.adroll.com that we have for our application. And then there is a path. The /sem/ is a subdirectory of the domain, and then the retargeting is the resource that the browser loads. The resource could be something like a video or a PDF. In this case, it's the web page retargeting. And then the query comes after the URL path. It's separated from the path by a question mark, and then what comes after the question mark is the query, which is a series of name and value pairs separated by an ampersand, like the and symbol you see there. The named attribute or category is the first part of the name and value pairs. Basically, think of a category that then has a value assigned to that named attribute or category. And then an equal sign between the named attribute and the value that connects the two, assigns the value to the category for this specific URL. Each pair of name and value pairs is separated by an ampersand. So for this one, you see here, the UTM_source is the named attribute. There's an equal size, and then there's Google, the value that in this case is assigned to UTM source. UTM parameters specifically are common name and value pairs, but you can put a whole number of other things in the query that will either track different data or will create behavior in the browser. UTM parameters are just tracked out of the box by many analytics platforms, including Google Analytics, so you don't actually have to configure your own dimensions in order to track those when they're present in the URL. Site search often uses URL queries as well. So if you type something in a search box on a website, the URL might return a query that has search equals shoes if you typed shoes into the search box, and then it'll dynamically return a page with search results that are related to shoes on the website. Gclick ID is another attribute that if you have it turned on in Google Ads will append the URL of your ad when it's clicked with a GCLID equals and then a string of numbers. That's so you can collect that string of numbers with your analytics software or with a CRM, and then later connect offline conversions back to the ad platform to assign value to a specific click that happened on an ad. So it doesn't necessarily need to be just a conversion tag. You can optimize for things that don't necessarily happen on the website. So here is a example of a URL query with all of the UTM parameters present, plus another custom parameter. You can see on the left, in easier format to visualize, you have all the named attributes: UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign, UTM term, UTM content, and then dog as a category. And then on the right, you have all the values. I added an extra one here beyond the UTMs just to, again, demonstrate what is actually happening with the parameters. Dog is just a category, and Frenchie is a type within the category. A French bulldog is a type of dog, just like UTM source would be a category, and then AdRoll is one of maybe several sources you're using to generate traffic. I chose French bulldog because my brother has one, and here's a picture of he and I last year. He is a very good boy. So thanks for watching. I hope that helped you with the basics of UTM parameters and URLs. Thanks.